That was 10cc with from Rochdale to Ocho Rios. The music tonight has been great, hasn't it? But I can't take credit for it. It's all down to Phil Salter, who has selected the music for us tonight. So thank you very much, Phil.
Well done, Phil.
Now, on the 11th of December, the Northwest Friends of Israel is hosting an event at which one of the speakers is Oxford student Jonathan Hunter. Jonathan is campus director for Stand With Us, a pro-Israel advocacy group. Jonathan shot to prominence last year when he confronted MP George Galloway, a prominent critic of Israel, at an Oxford Union event unfurling an Israeli flag. Joining us to talk about this incident, as well as his activities on campus, is Jonathan Hunter. Hello, Jonathan.
Hi, it's a pleasure to join you. Thank you very much for having me on the show, Tina.
Thank you for being here. Now, let's talk first about the George Galloway incident. In February 2013, George Galloway was invited to participate in an event at Christ College, Oxford, opposite a friend of yours, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so my friend Aslan Levy, who studied at the same college at me at Oxford, which is Brasenose. And in that debate, and we waited 3 hours for him to come. So a whole hall filled with people, 100 people, waited for the MP to come and participate in the constructive dialogue. And 2 minutes into the opponent's speech, he just walks out saying he will not debate with Israelis, which will cause a national storm. The idea that an MP, an elected member of our national parliament, will refuse to debate with someone because of their nationality, in effect being racist.
Right. And then a few months later, Galloway was invited by Oxford Union to address students, and this is where you met him. So what was he speaking about at the Oxford Union event?
Well, the one thing to note about the Oxford Union event is that he was given a platform to espouse his views unchallenged. There wasn't a debate, there wasn't a conversation. He was literally given an hour-long lecture to say whatever he wanted. I think it was titled something like His Vision for the 21st Century.
Right.
So, you know, he was given a platform to say anything he wanted on all of his controversial views, ranging from Iran to Syria to you know, very contentious things at home.
And did he express any anti-Israel opinions in this talk?
In the course, I believe he did, especially in the question and answer afterwards as well. But what was particularly distressing was that he was advertised as one of the greatest debaters of modern Britain, despite having 6 months ago walked out on someone.
And in fact not debated, yes.
The irony there is unbelievable.
Now, did you go into the Union event intending to confront George Galloway, or was the confrontation a spur-of-the-moment decision?
Well, I had planned to do something in the video. If people watch it, there is an Israeli flag which I take out under my jumper, so it was to some extent.
Yes, I've seen the video on YouTube.
Planned. Yeah.
Yes.
But no, I mean, I was sitting there and I wouldn't interrupt the speech because that's not something I would do. If I was given the opportunity to ask a question, I would take that as an opportunity to speak my mind. I wouldn't interrupt anyone, and I wouldn't interrupt the proceedings. And you can see I've actually been given the microphone.
Yes, on
the video. And no, I was debating till the last minute whether I should put my hand up or not. And even after I'd been chosen, I thought maybe I should pass and give it to another person. But no, I decided to do what I had done, which is to confront him in Hebrew and to express my national identity and my cultural existence, and tell him, well, you may not debate with Israelis, you may have extremely vile views in the conflict, but that makes no difference to me. And just as you can express your views, I'll express mine, even if you want to silence them. And I don't regret that decision.
Right. And
which,
absolutely, because after this event, which received a fair amount of publicity, you were approached by Stand With Us, one of the largest pro-Israel organisations in the world, and invited to apply for a position as their campus director.
Yeah, no, I had been involved since I was 16, but I never imagined I would be offered such a important position as a result of what I'd done. And in addition to that, you know, I mean, the video got something like 180,000 views. I'd received letters from as far away as Italy and north of Scotland.
Letters of support.
Emails from people. I got other job opportunities as well, like translating opportunities, and Huffington Post offered me a blog.
Wow, that's quite an achievement.
Of the moment decision. can go a long way.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what does your work as a campus director for Stand With Us involve?
Well, our philosophy at Stand With Us is twofold. I like to describe it as educate and respond. So the respond part, we formulate quick responses to anti-Israel initiatives on campuses across the UK. So in 10 months, I've helped to stop boycotts of Israel at 6 different university student unions. That includes King's College London, UCL, LSE, Sheffield Hallam, Liverpool, Oxford. We've helped counter further anti-Israel initiatives at Goldsmiths in Manchester. And it's important, especially in the wake of the Gaza war now,
yes,
there's a lot of grassroots support for passing symbolic motions demonizing the state of Israel and for boycotting the state of Israel. Even in King's College London, they recently tried to pass a motion which would ban the pro-Israel society there and would ban IDF soldiers from coming on campus, which would include many students currently serving or currently studying at the university. And it's important to counter these things.
Right. And you actually... sorry.
Yeah, the second part of what we do is educate. So we have conference in September, had something like 100 students from across the UK of all backgrounds, political opinions, religions. We host speakers ranging from the Israeli Minister of Science to former IDF soldiers, and we've founded Israel societies across the country. I think we founded 4 in the last 6 months.
Right, and now, and next, you're going to be participating in an event in Manchester on the 11th of December, organised by the Northwest Friends of Israel. You'll be talking more about the George Galloway incident, but also but also some of the things that you hinted at that have come about in your life as a result of this confrontation. And we look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you.
If anyone is interested in this event, they should email info@nwfoi, northwestfriendsofisrael.co.uk. Now, Jonathan, you've also written some blog posts, which we will link to on our website, jewishhour.co.uk. The blog posts were on the timesofisrael.com website and the trendingcentral.com website. In the meanwhile, Jonathan Hunter, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, and keep up the great work at Jewish Hour.
Thank you.
Big fan.
Thank you very much. Well, that's about it for another week. You've been listening to Jewish Hour with me, Dina Reines. A reminder of some details from earlier. The number for the Jewish Women's Aid helpline is 0808 801 0500, or you can visit their website, jwa.org. You can find out more information about Limud Conference at limud.org. And if you want to get in touch with us about anything, email us at thejewishour@gmail.com, or you can tweet us at theJewishHour. Jewish listeners in Manchester should light candles by 3:34 this Friday night, and Shabbat goes out at 4:52 on Saturday night. Thanks to Guy for looking after the technical side of things tonight, and thanks to Phil for his editing and his music selection. Thanks to David and Basil for their interviews, and to Jeff and Fran for their help with tonight's programme. So join us again, 7 o'clock next Monday night. Shalom. Goodbye.